Hit it.
Meet me at the intersection. It's time to make a great connection. Faith, fun, and family meets. So come on in and take a seat. It's Sundays at the intersection. Woo!
Welcome to Sundays at the Intersection. We're delighted to be spending this time with you. We're going to be learning about the prophets. Take a look and enjoy.
What's on the menu?
As we begin our series on the prophets, we think it's important that you know what a prophet is. A prophet was someone who served God and brought God's message to the people, sometimes to a lot of people and sometimes only to one person. We're going to begin our series talking about the prophet Isaiah. Here's a scripture from Isaiah that we have upstairs in the hangout. He was one of the most well-known prophets of all. So let's get started.
The main course.
Isaiah wrote the book of Isaiah, which is located in the Old Testament.
Yep.
He is considered one of the major prophets, not because he was any more important than the other prophets, but because his book was so long.
It was really long.
Over like 60 chapters?
I think like 66, something like that. It's not as long as the Psalms, which is 150, but 66
still,
is a lot.
It was long. Well, he served as a prophet under 4 different kings of Judah.
4?
So he had a lot to say.
He had a lot. Yeah, a lot happened. He was an old guy.
So Lisa, tell us about Isaiah.
I sure will, and I hope that you find it as interesting as we do.
Yes.
Isaiah was a wonderful man, a wonderful servant of God, and a beautiful, gifted writer. And I would describe his book in 2 ways. Now, 66 chapters, there's tons to talk about.
Right.
But let's sum it up into 2 things. There was poetry and there's prophecy.
All right.
And behind us is a great example of the poetry part. Let's read it. It's Isaiah 40, verse 31. I love it. It's one of my favorite verses. It's in my house at home. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. It's so inspiring. And so the first thing I want to tell you is, first of all, if you like poetry, look at Isaiah. But if you need a little bit of encouragement, if you need to be convinced that following God and relying on Him will give you strength and comfort and peace and joy. If you need to be convinced of that, go to Isaiah, because he was convinced. He was trying to convince the kings. He was trying to convince the people, and he believed it and was passionate about it. So, so beautiful was his poetry. Now let's get to the prophesying.
All right. How'd that go?
Well, it was a mixed bag. The kings weren't too happy with him because Isaiah had news that they did not want to hear, because he was warning them. Remember, God was telling Isaiah what to say to the kings, and he wrote about a lot of it in this book of Isaiah. And he was warning them, the kings of Judah, to stop being influenced by the countries around them. Now, the reason why they were being influenced was because they did what a lot of countries do today, which seems normal, which is they had allies. The country of Judah was trying to protect itself from being attacked by other armies. So they asked countries around them, will you agree to protect us and fight with us if that happens? That seems pretty logical.
Normal. Yes.
Unfortunately, these countries did not believe in God, the one true God. They had other religions. So with every country they became an ally with, they were being influenced by culture and religion and all kinds of things. They were changing their focus from God. They were dressing differently. They were eating things that God hadn't told them to eat. It was not good. And Isaiah was trying to warn them, please stop getting more allies, because this is turning out badly for you. Kings didn't like that.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, Isaiah's life didn't end well, but we're not going to focus on that because he was faithful. That's what we're going to focus on.
And we're going to focus on the biggest prophecy of all.
Yes, this is the exciting prophecy, okay? This prophecy is so exciting that people have written about it for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. In fact, Handel's Messiah, which oftentimes is sung near Christmas time.
Big time song.
Big time song. For unto us a child is born. What child are they talking about? Unto us a son is given. Yes, Isaiah is the one who prophesied the coming of the Messiah. Jesus Christ himself. He predicted it would come. He was bringing that good news from God. And that is what is quoted near Easter time, near Christmas time. He predicted the birth of Christ. He predicted the death of Christ. And those verses are pretty famous. He talks about, by his stripes we are healed. By Jesus' stripes we are healed. Stripes.
Why stripes?
We need to talk about stripes because Jesus was not a tiger.
No.
We're not changing
No,
theology at all.
He didn't have stripes. He was
no.
stripes.
Here's what Isaiah was talking about. He was describing the crucifixion of Jesus in a poetic way. Even in his prophesying, he was a beautiful writer. Stripes happen on your body if you're whipped. You get those terrible, terrible marks and you bleed. That is what Isaiah was talking about. He was talking about the pain that Jesus was going through to heal the human race from all of their sin. What an amazing message. What a message of hope. And we can thank Isaiah for that, for being so faithful. So exciting.
Wow, well now we know a lot more about Isaiah.
Sure do.
Dessert!
Yum.
Let us look at the random and ridiculous things in Christie's office. An elf, a pig, a whale, another whale, and a ceramic purse. Mixed nuts, a stuffed banana, 2 stuffed penguins, and a bee bear. Sandwich and storage bags. And a stuffed panda, who appears to be smoking. Bad. Bad panda. Lighters. Pastor John in a hog hat. A box of tape. A stuffed lion. And let's not forget about the flamboyant flamingo. And that is the random and ridiculous things in Christie's office.
Hit it.
Meet me at the intersection. It's time to make a great connection. Faith, fun, and family meet. So come on in and take a seat at Sundays at the intersection.